Good evening, my beautiful people. Thank you for viewing. For those of you who are not new here, yes, this channel is back. Um, I am going to be using it for book reviews. So every 2 to 3 days or so, when I finish a new book, I will be uploading it on here. I will have playlists, so you know that they might go by author or they might go by series. If there's a book that you want to suggest that I read, please feel free to shout them out in the comments down below. Make sure that you guys click subscribe if you're new, and click the bell so that you get all the notifications on everything that I'm reading. So tonight's review is going to be on The Silent Wife by Karin Slaughter. Now, Karin Slaughter is a damn good author. She is great. This book is number 10 in the Will Trent series. So if you have not read the Will Trent books, you might want to start there. The first book that features Will is Triptych. Triptych. So that's the first book in the series. So if you haven't been introduced to Will Trent and the whole crew, you need to X out this video and catch up on your reading. For those of you who are Karin Slaughter fans and Will Trent fans, The Silent Wife was great. I loved it. The way that Will works as a team player and as someone who's in a relationship, and someone who has not had the best upbringing, it floors me every time. She's another one of those writers who crafts their character the way the real world would see them. Last week I talked about Nicholas Sparks and about his characters. And this week we have another great author who does her characters pretty much in a light where you could feel like you understand that person. Now, Will is dyslexic, and there are times when he has trouble understanding words or trouble reading. So he does a lot of his communication through like audio or, like when he's texting someone, he'll use emojis. But The Silent Wife was a very needed addition to the Will Trent series, being that 1 through 9 showed you Sarah and her relationship with her husband, and then it kind of ties, The Silent Wife ties, all of that together. So like I said, if you have not read the Will Trent series, books 1 through 9, I suggest you go back and you read those. This book was a mystery, a thriller. It was suspense, and there were some very dark and surprising moments. I myself, it took me a little bit to read the book because of timing and everything, and with the pandemic, and I just got discouraged. I kind of got in like a reading slump. But when I did get into the thick of the book and like more towards like knowing that it's about to wrap up, I was like, oh wait, no, can we go back and reread it, and can we read it again and again and again, because it was just so big as a book. I mean, the Kindle edition says that this book is 498 pages. But it's 498 pages of great content. It was a little bit slow to pick up in the beginning, but it definitely evened itself out. And it takes you from past to present. So if you are one of those authors that one of those readers who like, you know, understanding the book through a past and a future, a present kind of storytelling, then this is the book for you. I would give this book a 5-star because it was that good. And Karin is definitely one of my favorite authors. I started reading her in, I want to say 2020, so last year, or maybe even the year before that, but I believe it was last year. And I've been pleasantly surprised every book. So yeah, I give this book a 5. The setting is in Atlanta, Georgia. Please be advised, these are trigger warnings. The trigger warnings for this book is death, rape, incarceration. And I will put all the trigger warnings at the beginning so that if you are easily triggered by any of these things, this is not the video for you. But like I said, I gave it a 5-star. I appreciated the book. I was so happy when it came out. With the title, I was like, The Silent Wife. And I came up with scenarios myself of who it was going to be about. And I was very, 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 very surprised. So I thank you guys for watching. Again, as I said, if you are not familiar with the Will Trent series, you may want to start from book 1 so that you'll know what I'm referring to once you get to book 9 or 10. So if there's any books that you guys would like me to review or to read and review, please let me know down below. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Like I said in the beginning, there will be different playlists for each book that I read. I may group them by series. I may group them by author. I may group them by possible trigger warnings. So, again, I thank you guys for being here. And I'll see you all in a couple days. Have a good one.